Okay, this video is going to be super duper real, and it's going to be while I get ready for my day today. But I really want to talk about the relationships that we have with ourselves. And I just want to go into detail how important it is to have a relationship with yourself. How important it is to have good relationships with yourself. And this is, coming from experiences that I've had recently with people who don't have good relationships with themselves, and how you cannot have a relationship of any kind with anybody who doesn't have a foundation within themselves first. So starting off, I'm gonna take accountability. I'm gonna take accountability for, not pouring into myself the way that I needed at times. So I was searching for, that in other people. And I, got into a situation with somebody, moved pretty fast. We knew each other previously and all of that, but long story short, it just wouldn't work. And it wouldn't work because we both was there for the wrong reasons. And I was there because I was bored with my life and I wanted more, and I wanted a connection genuinely, but the foundation in which I was creating a relationship was not correct. It wasn't stable. So the relationship is never going to be stable. And, that's my part about it all. I don't want to go into detail about it because it doesn't matter anymore. But the person that I was with at the time was very deeply insecure within himself. So, once again, we was there for the wrong reasons, both of us, and the other person that I was supposed to be, working with on this connection was not able to do their part. So that led to a lot of disagreements, a lot of moral clashes, to end up in no contact. And when I say no contact, I just mean I'm not talking at all. Like, not even no contact. Like, we're done. We don't talk. Period. But yes, and I just really just felt inspired and moved to acknowledge that when you don't have a good relationship with yourself, anything people say about you or to you will move you. Everybody has power over you when you do not have a foundation within yourself. If you don't know who you are, if you don't know what you stand for, if you don't know what you like, if you don't know what you want, everything around you is going to move you, and everything is going to have control over you. You're forever going to be triggered. You're forever going to be seeking validation from people because you don't know yourself. You haven't taken the time to get to know yourself. You haven't taken the time to listen to yourself and learn to love yourself with all the mistakes that you made up to this point that you're at. And one thing that I've noticed is people lack accountability. So many people lack accountability. And accountability is so important. It's not just to keep somebody around. It's not to just, win an argument. Like, it's not just to play games and manipulate people. When you don't have accountability, you're not accountable for anything in your life. It's not just this one situation with this girl. It's not just this one situation with this boy where maybe you lied and you cheated, or, you said something mean, or whatever the case is. If you do not have accountability with, the people that you're supposed to be having connections with, that's a direct reflection of the relationship you have with yourself. So if you're not going to be able, if you're not willing to take accountability in the connections that you are responsible for in your life, you're not going to have any accountability over yourself or your life. You're going to be stuck doing the same thing, repeating the same cycles over and over and over. And it's insanity. It's literally insanity. And I've encountered so many people that think that by not taking accountability, that gives them short-term gratification. Like, oh, I won. Like, oh, it's over now. I didn't have to be honest. Whatever. But short-term gratification does nothing for growth. It does nothing for long-term living. And it's like you're constantly cheating yourself out of opportunity because you're refusing to take accountability. And it's really sad. It's really sad to see people decide to make the same mistakes over and over and over. And then, you try to talk to people about things and they don't listen. But, yeah. Accountability is important in every aspect. One of the true signs of growth is accountability. Accountability is powerful to have because it keeps you moving. It allows you to move forward, So a lot of the times people don't realize that the relationships that they have with other people is so telling and so important. And telling in the fact of, in the sense of the relationships that they have with themselves. So, yeah. Now I'm going to go back to myself in this situation. Now, the thing about having a foundation within yourself is you'll be able to spot things like this. You'll be able to understand and you'll be able to know when things are projection. So when you're in connections with people who don't take accountability, who have no self-awareness and want to project everything outwardly, you know who you are at the end of the day, and you are able to go to sleep peacefully at night knowing that somebody who really doesn't have a relationship with themselves cannot affect yours. Simple as that. And that's one of the biggest ways in my life that keeps me at peace is knowing that majority of what people do, when people are mean, when people are nasty, when people try to hurt you, when people try to play you, that they literally cannot sit with themselves at night. They're not comfortable with that person. Some people can't even look in the mirror and admire what they see. Some people can't listen to good things about themselves and actually resonate with that. They don't believe nothing good about themselves, nothing positive. They don't think that they could be anything. They don't believe in themselves at all. And it's like when people feel that bad about themselves, when they do not deal with it and confront it and own it and accept it and try to change it and be accountable at first for it, they will try to give that to you. So being accountable for yourself is incredibly important. That should be everybody's step one, is personal accountability. And personal accountability don't have to just be within relationships. And that's what people don't understand. It's, am I going to hold myself to what I said? When I was wrong, am I able to say that I was wrong? Am I able to do what I need to do? How can I learn to love myself? This is just a rant, but I just felt inspired to talk today because I always have so much to say, and I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna speak my mind one way or another, and I don't care who hear me or not. But yeah, It's really important to know yourself. It's really important to have a foundation within yourself. And I know that when you have a relationship with God, it's much easier to find that foundation within yourself, to give you somewhere to start, so that you're not just starting with nothing. Having a relationship with God give you the 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 stepping stone that you need to elevate to the next step, and that's what people don't understand. So yeah, like, people's biggest problems is themselves, like, literally their biggest problem. And when you get to know people, and you get to the point of the relationship or the connection where they show you how they feel about themselves, having that foundation within yourself lets you know, oh, this person is going through something, and not, why is this person out to get me? Why is this person trying to hurt me? Why doesn't this person like me? Why doesn't this person love me? Why is this person mean to me? It's, oh, they don't love themselves. You know, this person is mean to me because imagine how they talk to themselves. Imagine how they feel about themselves, their connection with themselves. They're mean to themselves, so that's all they got to give. So it just changes the perspective of things entirely, which is also so important in keeping yourself grounded and moving, is perspective. Reframing questions and how you see things, so it doesn't feel like things are happening to you, but everything that happens in the situation that you're in is knowledge. It's a question. It's a understanding instead of a feeling or an attack. So before I ramble on about nothing else, I just want to, go ahead and end this video. And I want to end it saying that I hope that, whoever this video reaches, it inspires. And I hope that everybody, becomes aware that you can grow. You can be better. You can do better. And you have to release shame in order to grow, because you cannot hate yourself into a version that you love. And hate will keep you stuck. It won't allow you to grow. So I hope that whoever this reaches, I hope it inspires you. I hope that, you can take something good from this video. I hope that you can share it with somebody you love. And yeah, like, I just feel like being real today, in the middle of doing my makeup, literally. And yeah, peace out.